When it comes to studying and understanding the book of Revelation, I highly suggest that you read the Old Testament, especially the prophets. This is going to give you a lot of information regarding the revelation of Jesus Christ. Indeed, that's what it is. It's the revealing of Jesus. Many people look at this in a physical sense, and that's the only way they understand it. And if they got a better perspective of the book, they would understand that it is about the spiritual accomplishments of Jesus. I get a lot of blowback from people that just have not studied that angle. They don't know the Old Testament. They don't look at it from the fact that it is the revealing of Jesus, that it is about all those spiritual things that were prophesied in the Old Testament to happen. No scripture is of a private interpretation. This is not about what premillennialists say, futurists say. This is about what is prophesied in the Old Testament about the Messiah. And these things are all spiritual in nature. Just like Nicodemus said, how can a man enter his mother's womb a second time when Jesus told him about being born again? He just could not understand the spiritual concept. He was thinking purely in the physical. Do not be like that. Do not fall into this trap that all of this is going to happen in a physical sense. None of that is true. It must be interpreted from the Bible itself, from the Old Testament itself. There is a ton of evidence that Revelation is to be spiritually understood. All you got to do is read the other scriptures throughout the Old Testament, some of the New Testament, and understand that this is about Jesus. This is about Him. This is not about an Antichrist, a tribulation period, and all this futuristic disaster that many people are propagating out there. It is about none of that. It is about Jesus. And I am confident in this through my studies. I was a premillennialist, a future for over a decade, and read hundreds of books on the topic. Can tell most people more about that theology than what they even understand. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. Once I really saw the light and understood that this is about Jesus, that this is spiritual in nature, that this is prophesied from the Old Testament about the Messiah. And once I started putting those pieces together and started to understand just what these things represent as far as Jesus is concerned and the prophecies concerning Him, then it all came clear, and it went in there just like a round peg in a round hole. I didn't have to beat it in there with a hammer. It just made sense. Follow me to understand more. God bless.